This weekend is the big one, CQ Worldwide, and a lot of people are going to be on the air in their contest stations all around the world. I thought this would be a great opportunity to test out my mobile station on 15 meters. So 15 meters is kind of a magic band when we have sunspots, and this is the beginning of the sunspot cycle. And I think we should start inside in the home station. I have a modest home station with just a vertical loop antenna. Let's make a few contacts in there just to see what the band is like. About 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Let's see what the band is doing, and then we will move to the car. And this is a great opportunity to pick off some of those stronger contest setups all around the world. Again, in the car, if you can hear them, and they're strong enough to overcome all the noise of moving in the car, the noise of ignition systems and everything else in the car, usually it's a pretty strong station, and he'll have a good beam, and he might be able to hear your mobile signals. So those are the ones that we'll pick on with our mobile experiment. And then we'll come back out here and we'll talk a little bit about the antennas I'm using on the car, and then we'll go for a ride. So this is CQ Worldwide 2023 weekend, and of course if you have a radio, a 100-watt radio and a dipole, you can make contacts galore. If you have an amplifier, you can make even more, and if you have a beam, you can make even more. This is 15 meters. 15 meters is in good shape this year because we have some sunspots. It's the beginning of this cycle.
Tango. Al. City contest, Mike 6 Tango, Mexico 6 Tango contest. City contest, Mike 6 Tango, Mexico 6 Tango contest. Mexico
6 Tango, this is Whiskey Uniform 2 Delta. I think I worked you yesterday, Mobile.
Yeah, I guess that probably still counts in the log as the same call, over.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I just checking you out here. Beautiful signal over here in New Hampshire, 05. And big signal in the mobile, by the way, last night. Thanks.
Yeah, that's great, thanks. And yeah, it's come up in the log from 1810 our time last night. 73, thanks.
73s.
Cheers, Mike 6 Tango.
So I'm using a fairly primitive transceiver from the late 70s, maybe 1980 vintage. This is a Swan 100MX. I've got a Shure powered microphone, dynamic microphone on it. That's what that battery is all about. That's the bias for the microphone. And other than that, it's pretty straightforward. There is a green wire in the back of the radio that goes to a screw up in the dash. That's my only ground. Basic questions. How am I powering the radio? I like using a battery right in the back seat. I don't like to connect to the power system in the vehicle itself. I feel that just brings noise into the radio, and for the little bit of time I'm doing mobile, I can just put a battery in the car and be done with it. So there's a lot of controversy on antenna mounting on your car, but this is a pretty straightforward system. Just connecting to my kayak rack on the passenger side. I have a strap going from the mount directly to the car. I've drilled a screw underneath the door frame here under the rubber so you can't see it, and I further bring it back into the trunk where I have another ground point. So this is a well-grounded mount. I'm using a heavy spring because with the larger ham sticks like this 15 meter full-size ham stick, you really want to have a spring on there that will allow it to fold over and not break at this point. This is where they break when you hit something, right down here, and then the antenna is useless. If you use a spring like this, it'll fold over and the pressure will go here instead of onto the antenna. So just a few practical things when you're talking about mobile antennas. Whether it's a clamp mount like this or you're using a tri-magnet mount, you want to make sure that the antenna doesn't break when you hit something. So using a good sized spring like this on the ham stick, the longer ham stick should have a nice heavy spring. If you're using a mini ham stick like this one, you can get away with a a tri mag mount probably. I highly suggest that you use a tether on any mag mount. If it comes loose, you don't want it flying down the highway. And also, if that's a braid and it takes you to the ground of the car, it's going to give you a better match. Now on 15 meters, you can probably get away with the tri-mag mount with no trouble. But once you start to get in the low frequencies like 40 or even especially 75, you'll find you do need to have a electrical connection to the body of the car through some type of a braid like this. By the way, all of this mobile antenna stuff, I'm going to do a fairly serious series on mobile antennas, tuning and matching, trying to take field strength measurements, comparative locations on the car, that kind of thing. That series will be coming up, but let's check the SWR real quick, see where we are. Oh, and we have to be in a position to put a little bit of carrier out. Oh, looks pretty good. So what I'm doing here is I have the radio in the CW position. I'm just quickly checking my SWR. It's not bad. So I'm not gonna touch it. It's you know, around 1.2 to 1. That's plenty good enough for our little ride we're going to take to try to work a few of the CQ Worldwide stations. Remember to use the features on your radio like the noise blanker and the RF gain control, especially when you're in motion with the car. First, let's make a few contacts in the driveway. And you know, I'm not going to be going CQ Worldwide, CQ, you know, I'm going to be trying to work those very strong stations that hopefully can hear a mobile station. So I'm going for the big boys. We'll see if they can hear me. Here we go.
5757 here in November Charlie, North Carolina.
Roger, you're perfect, please. You're perfect. The 4 Florida Tango, you're call again. I'll copy. Tango Mike 3 Papa.
Whiskey Uniform 2 Delta Mobile.
0 equals 0 Zulu Papa 5914.
Roger, Roger, 5904.
Thank you, Tango Mike 3 Papa.
Whiskey Uniform 2 Delta.
The Whiskey Uniform.
Whiskey Uniform 2 Delta Mobile, you're 5905.
W2DM Mobile, you 5914.
Thank you very much for the signal.
Thank you, Tango Mike 3 Papa.
So just playing here with the Mobile CQ Worldwide. This is the full-size 15-meter whip.
Papa Golf, Quebec, 5914. Thank you, Tango Mike 2 Tango.
Whiskey Uniform 2 Delta.
Bigger Norway 5 America, 5914. Thanks, Tango Mike 2 Tango.
Whiskey Uniform 2 Delta.
Whiskey United 2 Delta, 5914.
Whiskey United 2 Delta Mobile, you're 5905.
Mobile, thank you so much. 5914. QRZ, Tango Mike 2 Tango. Countess, Tango Mike 2 Tango.
Roger. 5914. Thank you. Good luck. QRZ, Oscar Kilo 5 Delta.
Whiskey United 2 Delta.
Whiskey Uniform 2 Delta 5915.
Whiskey Uniform 2 Delta, you're 59 here in 05. This is Whiskey Uniform 2 Delta Mobile.
Okay, you are mobile. You have mobile?
Roger, roger.
Okay, Whiskey Uniform 2 Delta Mobile. Thank you. 73.
73 is good signal.
Start the contest. Oscar Kilo 5 Delta. Echo America 7 Golf 6. This is Alpha 1 Uniform India. You're standing Oscar Tango 7 Tango.
Whiskey Uniform 2 Delta Mobile.
5914. Victor Alpha. Victor Alpha from Charlie, Ontario, you're 5915. Good luck. Whiskey Alpha 7. Bravo, November Oscar. Bravo November Mexico, you're 5914. Thank you, Miss number 3, good luck.
Whiskey Uniform 2 Delta Mobile.
Kilo Lima 7 Kilo. Kilo Norway 7 Kilo, you're 5914. Thank you, Miss number 3, good luck.
Whiskey Uniform 2 Delta Mobile.
Whiskey Uniform 3.
Whiskey Uniform 2 Delta Mobile.
Delta, Whiskey Uniform 3 Delta Mexico, you're 5914.
Whiskey Uniform 2 Delta. Whiskey Uniform 2 Delta Mobile, you're 5905.
Is it a slash mobile? Is it a Whiskey Uniform 2 Delta slash mobile?
Roger, roger.
Okay, roger, roger, you're 5914.
Thank you.
Yankee Tango 3 Delta. Lima 01, Japan 0. Delta 1 Japan Zulu, thank you, 5915. Thank you, Yankee Tango 3 Delta. CQ contest, Yankee Tango 3 Delta.
Whiskey Uniform 2 Delta Mobile.
Okay.
Whiskey Uniform 2 Delta Mobile.
Whiskey Uniform 2 Delta Mobile, thank you, 5915.
You're 5905. Thank you.
Thank you, Yankee Tango 3 Delta. Delta Lima 5 Alpha X-ray X-ray. Delta Lima 5 Alpha X-ray X-ray. Delta Lima 5 America X-ray X-ray. Yeah, 5914, thank you. Oscar Radio 3 Alpha. Thanks, 5914. George Whiskey 4 Ocean Hotel. Yeah, George Whiskey number 4 Ocean Hotel 5314. Okay, George Whiskey 4 Ocean Hotel 5314. Thank you, good luck. Thank you, good luck. November 7, Radio 3. George Whiskey 4 Ocean Hotel, 4 Ocean Hotel, 595. 5914, thank you. Roger, Kilo Charlie 1 X-ray, X-ray. Thank you, contest, Kilo Charlie 1 X-ray, X-ray.
Whiskey Uniform 2 Delta Mobile.
6 Uniform 2.
Whiskey Uniform 2 Delta Mobile here in Bedford, New Hampshire. You're 5905.
Okay, good luck. This is Kilo Charlie 1 X-ray, X-ray. Oscar Lima 7, Tokyo contact. Hello, CQ contact, Oscar Lima 7 Tango, Ocean Lima 2 Tango. Hello, CQ contact, Oscar Lima 7 Tango, Oscar Lima 7 Tango.
Whiskey Uniform 2 Delta Mobile.
Delta Romeo.
Whiskey Uniform 2 Delta Mobile.
Whiskey Uniform 2 Delta Romeo 5905.
5905.
Thank you, QR Bed, Oscar Lima 7 Tango. Papa 3 Alpha 598. 5915. Thank you. Also Alpha. Oscar Alpha. Echo Delta 2 Romeo. Whiskey complete. Thank you, 595. Thank you, Echo 5, make extra. Yankee Papa, 7 Papa.
Yankee Papa 7 Papa 594. 5940. Thanks, Mr. Echo 5, Mike X-ray.
Hey, well, that was a pretty good demonstration. I think you'll agree that this 30-year-old radio is probably not as good as your radio. Your radio probably has speech processing, better filters, better noise blanker, and it's not the power. This radio is not a high-power radio. It's between 50 and 100 watts PEP, depending on the battery and the match to the antenna. I think we have to say that 15 meters with sunspots is the excitement. And having a decent antenna on the roof, getting it up on the car and in the clear, makes a big difference. So whatever you saw in this video, I'm sure you can beat it quite easily if you do a nice mobile installation.